It's Christmas Eve, babe, in the Campion's house, and I'm going to make stuffing. Potatoes are boiling. People often ask me this time of the year, how do you make your stuffing? Well, here's a Cork Mammy's recipe, and it's very simple. Boil your potatoes, about 2 potatoes for every person that's going to sit. So you want plenty of it. Onions are going to be chopped smaller, of course, to add. You gotta get these chopped fine, but not too fine. You want a bit of substance in them. Kind of like that. It's enough. You know. They'll fall apart as they cook. Yeah, so what I've chopped is 4 small onions. It's Christmas Eve, babe. Sausage meat, 2 different types, which is basically going to get blended in with the mashed potatoes as they come out. And then I chopped 4 small onions, which are ready. And we'll add the mixed herbs to that. Breadcrumbs, sausage meat, potatoes, blend it all up. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, you're in business. Of course, the first thing when you're boiling potatoes, make the stuffing, is to make sure they're well boiled. Basically, your knife should fall through the potatoes without any effort. And then you know they're done. There's nothing worse than an underboiled potato. When I put the potatoes in the water, I added some herbs, parsley, rosemary and thyme. Because when I'm mashing these down, I will leave a drain of water in the bottom of the saucepan, and it retains the flavours of those herbs, and it adds to the result. It's going to be great. So before I mash, I add a little thyme. Let's see if they're going to, you want to make sure you get a taste of it in the food. Parsley. You don't want to overdo it because it'll be all you can taste in the end if you do. But you want to get the flavour at the same time. And rosemary. Rosemary. Get in there, baby. I've got some Paxo natural breadcrumbs going on here. Sometimes I would just use dry bread, and we have the sausage ready to mix. I've got my 4 small onions. But we're going to give this lad a mash first. Now, normally if I was making mashed potato, 12 potatoes like that, I'd throw maybe 1/4 of a glass of milk in there, or 4 or 5 big knobs of butter off a fork. But because it's for stuffing, I'm not going to make them creamy like that. We're going to just leave them sit down, not even finely mashed, not smooth, and that way it's got more of a bite to it when you're eating it as a stuffing. It'll be lovely. So like that, you get the potatoes mashed down, but not too smooth. Like I said, no butter, no milk, nothing like that. Just get them mashed down, but kind of chunky. You can still see it. And remember, it's going to cook again as a stuffing, so it'll be well done by the time you get around to it. Simples. So you chuck in your onions, and again, just give it a good mix. Not really mashing the onions in, you just want to make sure there's onions in every part of it. The next piece is adding the sausage meat, and I normally do it by hand. So make sure the hands are well scrubbed, make sure the fingernails are clean. Jewellery maybe is not a good idea, that wedding ring won't come off. But anyway, nice and clean obviously, because you're going to be sticking your hands in there. The breadcrumbs go in this case I use the whole thing. I basically use whatever I have. So now I'm going to mix that by hand. The handies must go in. So there she is, that's what she looks like, all kneaded together. Potato, sausage meat, onion, herbs, really nothing else. So it's quite coarse, it's quite doughy in there at the moment. It's lovely. And that goes into your turkey if you want to stuff the bird itself. Not too much. Maybe maximum half, 1/4 of that in the bird. And then the rest goes into the tray beside the turkey to cook. It's going to be gorgeous. So leave a cook away with the turkey. Sausage meat isn't cooked inside there, remember that. So that's got to cook and mix with the rest. It's going to be lovely.